You know, it doesn't matter that I would be a world-class public speaker, which I'm not, but that I would be a world-class public speaker or an Olympic caliber athlete, which I'm not, right? But even if I was, my child would still have to, me being the greatest speaker in the world and the greatest runner doesn't make my child be able to learn to speak faster or run any better out of the womb. That's going to have to be learned by that child, and their child will be the same, and their child will be the same. And this is like at the individual level. But then writ large, it's like we have to keep relearning the lessons. We don't come out of the womb wise. We have to keep learning. And it's been interesting for me as I'm, in my 40s now, and now I'm spending time, and I've mentioned this to people before, I'm spending time around these guys in their 20s who have come here, to Cyprian and whatnot. And there's been this both implicit in ways and explicit in ways, this sort of mentor-apprentice relationship. And, they'll ask me my opinion on something. Oh, should I be doing this? And I'll say, don't do that. That's it. And then they'll just be like, no, but I think, and then they'll argue with me. I'm like, okay, go and do it. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I get a smile and say go and do it is because my mentors, I did the exact same thing with my mentors. They gave me the exact same advice, and I said the exact same thing back to them. And they said the advice to me with the smile. Okay, go try it. And so this is like writ large. We have to keep coming back and relearning these lessons. And so it looks like a cycle, but what it really is it's like a single story, whether that's the hero's journey, the monomyth, whatever you want to call it, but it's contained in the tradition as well. So it's like, that's another aspect of orthodoxy, that it's all about the tradition. An Orthodox priest will much more tell you, read the lives of saints rather than read the Gospels.
Right.
Because it's like, what you're trying to get at is, over the last 2,000 years, the story is the same of all these people. It's just like, there's little alterations, right? It's the difference between Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, but they're the same story. When you really break down the elements, they're the same narrative, And so that's really what it is. It's not that it cycles. It's better to think of it more as a story, right? And that the story keeps being told over and over and over again. Because I think the cycle thing, it is an accurate way of looking at it, but I think it's less important that there is a cycle and more important that we get the story right. Like the order of the story is much more important rather than just the idea that, well, there's a cycle and let's put something in there, right? It's more important that what the story is and how the narrative goes.